Everyone, it's Anita and Dario with PassionIsCooking.
Ciao.
And we are all about cooking together and eating together. And as we say, cook together to stay together is what we say and what we do. And it's so important that we've lost some of that connection. So we come from a different background and concept. Of course, Dario is the chef, professionally run restaurants, worked all over the world. So he has a different concept of working in the restaurant and what's involved in that. And also the training. You've been doing this for 40 years. So he understands flavors and chemistry and food and all of that inside and out. And for me, I'm more of a home cook. So I haven't been brought up in the kitchen like you were in Italy. And what's involved in getting back in the kitchen and learning to cook. And that's what I had to do. And also creating the meals. So for me, I would plan everything. So I would have the meal planner, which we have at PassionIsCooking.com. I would look at nutrition, which is always big, and that's why we do juicing with everything that we do. We have pairing as well.
I drank mine. I passed the test.
This is Popeye's Heaven, if you're interested to know, on our website, the recipe's there. So it was always planned around making sure I had all the food groups, have all the nutrition in there, somewhat of flavor. But if I was missing something in the fridge that was needed for a recipe, I was, oh no, what are we gonna do? I didn't know what to do. So of course now with Dario in my life, I'm learning a little bit more around that and how to create and how to understand your taste buds and how to experiment. But I still look in the fridge and I'll say, there's nothing in there. And Dario will go, are you crazy? There's at least 5 to 10 meals in there. And I'm still fascinated how he does it. And you've had a few more years experience than me. But you can do that too. And that's the great thing is I'm opening up my mind to that. I'm cooking in the kitchen with Dario and we're having so much fun. And every day we're learning and we always talk when we're doing it. We're connecting. People are losing that. People are going and buying food that are pre-made that are not that healthy for you. So it's good to get back in the kitchen and also eating together. And so we're having so much fun doing that. So if you cook like I do and you need to plan, you need to prep, please do it and go to our recipe planner and check it all out. Yeah. But if you're one of those that wants to get more creative, which I think at times you're going to have to be, Dario's tips in doing that are very, very important.
Yes, and you know what? As she was talking, I was just thinking, one, what to say, but second is, what is the value of really thinking about getting back to the kitchen? One's about connection, and the second one is really challenging your taste buds. I think I became a better cook as time got along. Because when I started this business 40 years ago, it was about being the best, the top, working with the top ingredients, Michelin, and really push yourself to the boundary. But the accessibility to everyone is very small because when you work in a high-end restaurant, you're almost overthinking. And it's great. I mean, it was very important for my formation. Traveling. I traveled the world, and I'm very thankful because of this business, and I was able to learn about different culture. But now, at this point in my life with Anita, we decided even when we travel, we want to experiment with what the country offers us.
The local food. We always end up going to one of the farmers market. We find a place that has a kitchen so that we can get in there and experiment and have fun. It's great.
We love that, and we love that. So what it is challenging your taste buds. I don't cook anymore at home the way maybe I would cook in a Michelin star restaurant. Not because it's important, it's because I want to challenge myself in a different way. And I want to make sure that I think on sensible element, efficient elements, then they can actually give me the sense of health, longevity, and spending the time with my family and sharing with them that moment. And there's silly things, this weekend we made a curry and we really felt like curry. And we say all the time, a curry is a spice that can be many, many different ways. But then you play around. So that curry started this way, and by the time we finished it, completely changed. You know, we were gonna serve it with rice, and then we're gonna say, oh, maybe jasmine rice, or maybe couscous. And then Anita say, you know what? I really would like not to have any carbs tonight. And I said, interesting. And she said, why don't we do cauliflower rice? I said, well, why don't we do better? Why don't we make a cauliflower couscous?
And the spices that we put in with the cauliflower rice, and we added a little bit of cucumbers. It was almost like a
couscous. It was a cool salad.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
And how long does it take to do that? Well, I took it literally, obviously the curry takes a bit longer, but once you put it together, it just goes by himself. The couscous of cauliflower really took 10 minutes, you know? But the point that I'm trying to make is really, I'm learning, Anita's got, believe it or not, she's got better taste buds than I have. She's more perceptive to wine.
I'm learning.
But I think the biggest
I'm understanding my taste buds and my palate as time goes on.
And you know what? You can do the same thing yourself. And I think the most important thing, I often ask her, when I make something, what do you think? Because 9.5 out of 10, she's right. And maybe I don't see something or I don't taste something, because I taste sometimes so many things and I don't realize it. But her palate is so refined, even with wine pairing. You know, sometimes you get but because when we start this adventure together, you know, I always told her, said, tell me, what do you think? And she said, oh, it's good. I said,
I've always been told to eat what's on your plate and not make comments about it. So you're teaching me something totally new.
But how many of us were brought up like that as a kid? We are both a European family, so you eat what is on the table. You never say no. The challenge is about challenge, even with your kids. What do you really like? What do you really feel like it? You know what? Even if it's a macaroni and cheese. Well, you know what? There's many healthy ways to make macaroni and cheese. And you know, and found those elements that are intriguing and interesting, then your kids will love to have.
And using local ingredients and supporting the locals. I mean, some of the cheeses that we have, and I'm sure you have them in your area as well, are phenomenal. Right. And there's so many things you can create around those products, right? They're so fresh and so flavorful.
The reason is how we start the International Dinner Club. And the International Dinner Club is this experience. Then, you know, each month we launch one country around the world. It's 5 recipes and everybody's connecting with their friends and they kind of lost. Because you know what? When I moved to North America, the biggest challenge was people were saying, okay, we get your calendars out and let's book a date. And I said,
we're here now.
I'm here. I said, if my car is on the driveway, it's because I'm home. Then I realized how busy really people are. Well, don't let the calendar take over your life. Take charge of your life.
My find is let's get together next week. Turns out to be a year later. And that's what people are forgetting. So this way, the International Dinner Club, you sign on online on our website, PassionIsCooking.com. You sign on to the program, and every month, it kind of almost encourages you to organize this and get together with your friends. So you pick one night a week and you get 5 recipes, and each person you say, okay, you're doing dessert, you're doing the appetizer, you know, I'll do the main, and just getting together and having fun. We have juice pairing because everything we do has a juice pairing to it. We have wine pairing. We have country tips. So we did Italy in February.
In February, yeah.
This month, no. France in February, Italy is this month, and then next month we're doing Spain, and we pick different countries in different regions, and it's going to be learning about the country. It's kind of exciting, and you have conversations to talk with your friends, and it's just getting back out there and doing it. So people have done this in different concepts. So they've at house parties, they've done it as families, they've done it as couples, they've done it as girls' night outs, they've done it as guy night out too. We do have somebody that's done that as well. So guys get together and they love to cook, so they end up doing it as well. There's so many ways around doing this. You can do it at a restaurant, maybe rent a room. Some of these communities have these kitchen areas, these community centers.
There are many of them right now, yes.
You know, there's so many ways of being able to, but to us it's just getting people back and cooking and having fun again, you know, and that's what's so important. So,
and people ask us, it's, oh, well, you know, in terms of, can you come and do it for us? Well, you know, the game is, you need to do it for yourself. We once in a while would do it.
We will be doing some.
We will be doing some, but it's more
flavors around the world.
But it's almost like a demonstration, And the way we do it is said, you want us to come to your house, and it's an adventure. We take you to this adventure, but everybody's cooking. We're not necessarily cooking for you. We all get involved. That's part of Passion is Cooking. Is about the conviviality, about being together, doing things together, enjoy time together, breaking that bread together, challenging our taste buds, and sit down at the table and enjoy it.
And we've had a second chance in life. So we
For
met
sure.
each other later. We had come from, somewhat similar areas, but we're learning so much. We're having so much fun together, and doing this. So that's why we've combined our two businesses. I mean, I'm a mindset coach, and I work with entrepreneurs and talking about a rich life in business and changing that mindset. And that has a
Huge.
lot to do with getting back in the kitchen. And Dario, of course, is a professional chef. So we've combined our business. We were in that castle in Italy, and that's when it first hit us, when we're sitting around with all these couples, and Dario was hired as a private chef, and people were asking what we do and what that is, and it was interesting that we could combine the businesses, and that's what they wanted. So that's why we're here today. We love doing it together. We love sharing. We love encouraging you, inspiring you to get out there and cook, to cook in a healthy way, to use local products, to have fun again, and get out there and enjoy.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say, if you look at the YouTube channels, you see there is recipe, there is things, then is things, and it talk. But the other time, sometimes it's just moments like this. Then we need to stop,
Slow down.
down, and don't really follow a recipe or see us just cooking, and have a communication. This is part of connection, Because for me right now, just doing something, it's easy. But for me to maybe communicate it, and the way we do it right now, I tell you, there is a frame about all this that we are building, and we want to make sure once that frame is built, everything now we can cook, and you can really build anything you want. But that frame needs to be solid. Do not lose that connection. We have friends and still do a lot of cooking at home. They really enjoy, and they're busy executive. They're busy. They're traveling all over the world, Japan, China, and everything. But you know what? As soon as they have that time, that's it.
And if they do eat out, they eat at really good restaurants that are like farm to table, sustainable,
Yes.
healthy stuff, as opposed to this quick fix type of food
Yes.
that doesn't really have much flavor to it, and it's important. But then they get together and they eat together, and it's that talking and that communication and having healthy food. So,
Yeah.
But we could talk about this forever, right? There's so much more to this. So come on over and follow us, subscribe. We have a website channel. We have a website. We have a YouTube channel. We have Instagram, Facebook. We do culinary retreats. There's just so much around, and we're growing and growing. Love to have you join us. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, we love to hearing from you. Again, it's the chef and non-chef concept of getting back in the kitchen and cooking.
It's
and
just
eating
about
together.
cooking and having fun together.
So, ciao for now, everybody. Passion's Cooking signing out. Take care.
Ciao.
Bye.